Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. Today we're diving deep into Amazon's powerhouse business model, a model that goes far beyond just online retail. First, let's talk about Amazon's e-commerce empire. While many know Amazon as the world's biggest online retailer, its platform is a multi-layered ecosystem. Not only does Amazon sell millions of products directly, but it also connects countless third-party sellers with customers worldwide. With services like Amazon Prime offering fast shipping, exclusive deals, and more, the company has built a fiercely loyal customer base. Next up, there's Amazon's booming digital advertising business. By leveraging the massive amount of consumer data generated through its e-commerce operations, Amazon has transformed its platform into a high-powered advertising machine. This targeted approach enables brands to reach customers precisely where they shop, adding a significant boost to its revenue streams. Let's not forget about Amazon Prime Video. This isn't just another streaming service. Prime Video has become a major player in the entertainment space, boasting a huge subscriber base and a lineup of original content that rivals traditional networks. It's a key component of Amazon's ecosystem, driving customer engagement and loyalty. Then we have Amazon Web Services, or AWS, the crown jewel of the company's portfolio. AWS dominates the cloud computing market by providing everything from computing power and storage to advanced analytics and machine learning capabilities. This high-margin business not only supports businesses around the globe, but also plays a critical role in Amazon's overall financial performance. And that's not all. Amazon is continuously innovating in other areas too, from subscription services and physical retail with Amazon Go stores to cutting-edge logistics and delivery networks. Now, with all these diverse revenue streams in mind, it's time to shift gears. In the rest of the video, we'll dive into Amazon's Q4 earnings, explore their future outlook, and discuss whether the stock is still a buy. Let's jump right in. Here's a closer look at Amazon's Q4 net sales. The bar chart on the left shows net sales climbing from about $170 billion in Q4 2023 to nearly $188 billion in Q4 2024, an increase of 10% year over year, or 11% when factoring out currency fluctuations. On the right, you can see how those sales are divided among Amazon's main segments. North America leads with $115.6 billion, around 62% of total net sales. International follows at $43.4 billion, about 23%, and AWS contributes $28.8 billion, roughly 15%. Overall, this chart highlights Amazon's continued revenue growth, driven by a strong North American market, ongoing international expansion, and AWS's steady performance. Now, let's look at Amazon's operating income over the past year. This bar chart shows a jump from about $13.2 billion in Q4 2023 to $21.2 billion in Q4 2024, an impressive 61% year-over-year increase, or 60% on a currency-adjusted basis. This growth signals Amazon's improving profitability, likely driven by a combination of higher margins in AWS, solid performance in e-commerce, and cost efficiencies across the board. Now let's continue with Amazon's revenue breakdown by looking at the North America segment. This chart is split into two bar graphs, one for net sales and the other for operating income. Net sales climbed from $105.5 billion in Q4 2023 to $115.6 billion in Q4 2024, a 10% year-over-year increase. Operating income jumped from $6.5 billion to $9.3 billion, up 43% year-over-year. These numbers highlight Amazon's continued strength in its largest market, where both sales and profitability are on the rise. Moving on to Amazon's international segment, this chart is also split into two bar graphs, one for net sales and the other for operating income. Net sales rose from around $40.2 billion in Q4 2023 to $43.4 billion in Q4 2024, an 8% year-over-year increase. Operating income shifted from a $419 million loss to a $1.3 billion gain, marking a notable turnaround for Amazon's international business. This improvement highlights the growing demand outside of North America and underscores the effectiveness of Amazon's global strategy. Finally, let's look at Amazon Web Services, AWS. This chart is split into two bar graphs, one for net sales and one for operating income. Net sales increased from $24.2 billion in Q4 2023 to $28.8 billion in Q4 2024, representing a 19% year-over-year jump. Operating income grew from $7.2 billion to $10.6 billion, up 48% year-over-year. These numbers reinforce AWS's position as a key profit driver for Amazon, thanks to high margins and continued demand for cloud computing services. In conference call, Amazon's CEO emphasized that while AWS is already a huge business, its growth may be uneven in the coming years due to factors like enterprise adoption cycles and capacity constraints. He expressed strong optimism about the future, envisioning a world where nearly every application incorporates generative AI, making cloud infrastructure, especially AWS, even more critical. He also highlighted the importance of powerful AI chips in driving both training and inference. While NVIDIA currently dominates this space, Amazon's launch of its custom AI silicon, Trainium 2, is designed to deliver better price performance as large-scale generative AI applications begin to take off. In short, Amazon is betting big on the future of AI, with AWS positioned to play a central role. So why did Amazon stock drop after its Q4 earnings? Even though the company posted revenue growth, the pace was slower than what investors had hoped for, especially in its core e-commerce segment. There were signs that demand might be softening, which raised some red flags. On top of that, rising costs in logistics and supply chain operations squeezed margins, making profitability a concern. While AWS performed well as the bright spot, it wasn't enough to offset the challenges on the retail side. All these factors led to a more cautious market reaction, and that's why we saw the stock take a hit after the earnings report. To wrap things up, I believe Amazon stock remains a compelling buy on every dip, even at its current valuation. The company continues to dominate in e-commerce, AWS, and digital advertising, and its long-term growth potential in AI and cloud computing is massive. I do own AMZN shares, but right now, I'm just holding. I have no plans to sell anytime soon because I see huge upside in the coming years. What do you think? Is Amazon still a buy at these levels, or are you waiting for a bigger pullback? Let me know in the comments. And if you enjoyed this breakdown, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the bell so you don't miss any future stock updates. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.